Chronicles of Gymnastics Deductions, Day 2. We are really getting into season for both compulsory and optional gymnasts, so let's do level 5 vault today. We're going to run through a bunch of random deductions, so get ready. So there's 3 phases on a vault. You have the entry, the support, and then the exit/landing. In the book, it'll be labeled as first flight, support phase, and second flight. Nonetheless, what's important to know is that if you have a deduction in all 3 of these phases, we can take that deduction all 3 times. For example, if you have your foot flexed the whole entire vault, we're probably going to be taking the foot flexed, flexed, and flexed. And a foot flex deduction on vault is up to 1/10. Every time you arch in your front handspring, we can take up to 3/10. And every time you pike, we can take up to 5. Every time you bend your elbows, up to 5. If your vault doesn't go high enough, we can take up to 5. If you don't block immediately into handstand, we can take up to 1 whole point. That is the angle of repulsion deduction. She's intense. If you decide to play patty cake on the vault table and you leave your hands on there just a little bit too long, we can also take up to 5 for that. If we don't feel there's a lot of dynamics throughout your vault, we can take up to 3/10. And if you land your vault and you go a little bit crooked, we can also take up to 3/10 for that deviation of a straight line or straight direction. You get the point. Now this is one that I don't think a lot of people realize. Let's say your gymnast runs and she touches the board. That's okay. As long as they don't come to a rest on top of the table, they're allowed to repeat it with no fault. You're allowed 3 attempts and you're allowed 1 balk, which means if you balk again on your second attempt, you'll get a 0 for that vault, but you can try again for that third one and try to get a score. Can't do 4 tries though.